Monday the 6th of December, and what better to do on Monday afternoon than drink beer? Let's just dig in. We have a Lindheim. It's going to be interesting. We're at day 6. Still no traditional Christmas beer. We'll see. We'll see how long it takes. Fair dinkum. Not something I ever said. I think we can be pretty sure that we still don't have a traditional Christmas beer. That has an interesting colour though. It's sort of off yellow, on the way to light brown. So I'm not sure what to think about that. It's going to be interesting to smell it. I think what we have here is another hoppy beer. I think we have American Pale Ale, but I think that it might be slightly oxidized, just a bit. It's not awful, but it has a little bit of oxidation there. And I mean, I was sort of seeing that one coming the moment I saw the color, because that sort of desaturated yellow, desaturated orange, that sort of on the way towards brown, that's the first big warning sign of a beer that's oxidized. The main flavors are still totally present, sort of grapefruit, sort of citrusy orange character. But then coming and sneaking in at the corners, sort of like a vignette. Sneaking in from the edges is this cardboard sort of character. At least cardboard's how I experience it. It's different for everyone. Interesting. Mate, I'm not sure it is a American Pale Ale anymore. It's too sweet and not bitter enough. And I know that Lindheim can do really outstanding American Pale Ales, because I've had some of them before, and they've been some of the best in Norway. I think this might be either a slightly aged New England Pale Ale, or a New England Pale Ale where something has gone sideways and it's flocculated, so it's pretty clear. And it's gone a little bit oxidized. I don't think there's fruit additions, but if there were, it would be like citrus zest, some kind of citrus zest, like orange zest or something like that. The only thing that's throwing me off here is that sweetness. And I do get like a pithy citrus thing on the flavor. I'm leaning towards that just being the hops, but I mean, it could be a fruit addition. I think for my part, a little sweeter than I tend to prefer, but that's personal preference. I know the overwhelming majority of people who consume beer in Norway, people who consume craft beer in Norway do prefer the sweeter things. I'm in the minority on that count, so that one's just me. New England Pale Ale, maybe an addition of orange zest, and I think I've gone a little bit funny there. Something with the yeast is flocculated, or and there's a little bit of oxidation. Something is not 100%. We'll find out. Holiday Amarillo. So it's a holiday IPA with spelt, and it's double dry hopped with Amarillo. So I think I was pretty much correct. It's the intention is that it's a New England Pale Ale. I mean, it not necessarily, but when they say double humlet, which seems to me to be a carryover from double dry hopped, that's a keyword which says New England IPA. I have to wonder maybe if I try to homogenize it a little bit, maybe that'll help. Maybe including some of the sediment will improve the beer, because like sometimes what can happen is the yeast is bound up with the hop particles, and if that flocculates to the bottom of the beer, if that falls out of suspension, the beer is no longer hazy, but a lot of the flavour goes with it. And this has happened with a few cider cup beers over the years, and you can actually fix it if you homogenize it. So you just, I mean, we did this with some of the beers last year. Just sort of mix it up so that the sediment comes back into solution, and then we'll try drinking that. Yeah, so you know, it's hazier, so there's definitely some stuff that was fallen out of suspension there, but the colour is a giveaway now. It has some slight oxidation issues. Still drinkable, still enjoyable. Homogenizing it didn't make a huge difference, but the oxidation it pulls it a little bit down for me. Also, a thing to say about that is that oxidation control, especially when you're bottling, is one of like the hardest frontiers of being a brewer. It's the hardest thing to perfect, and there is really like no perfecting it. It's like you can just get it better and better and better and better, but you have to be in order for it to always be like that, you have to be constantly neurotic about it. Every single time you're doing anything with the beer, you have to constantly be on top of constantly be thinking about oxidation, and so stuff like this. I mean, it happens every now and then. Yeah. To me, though, it's far from the most oxidized beer that I've ever drunk, and I will be finishing that bottle. It's still good. All right, cheers. See you tomorrow.